Hello, it is the newspaper review here on TAF TV for today, the 16th day of August 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and thank you for joining me. Looking at the papers with me for today, as usual, is Mr. Victor Silky. You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And first, we'll be starting with the leadership. And headlines in the leadership newspaper we have. This one says, IU PDP crisis deepens. IU calls Wike's bluff. Says he has 4-year tenure. IU calls Wike's bluff. Says he has 4-year tenure. That's on page 7 of leadership. And next on page 6 of leadership, we have Naseni, Naseni, deploys technologies to train 3,700 youths in modern farming. That's on page 6. Naseni, Naseni, deploys technologies to train 3,700 youths in modern farming. Okay, and next we have darkness looms as electricity workers embark on strike tomorrow. Darkness looms as electricity workers embark on strike tomorrow. Okay, that's a very interesting headline. And next we have on page 6, we have monkeypox. Nigeria records 60 new cases in 19 states. Okay, that's a very interesting one and a sad one at that. Monkeypox, Nigeria records 60 new cases in 19 states. That's on page 6. And on page 21, we have interest rate hike likely as Nigeria's inflation hits 19.64% on page 21. And lastly, on page 6, we have Ruto wins Kenya's presidential election, vows to work with all leaders. Ruto wins Kenya's presidential election, vows to work with all leaders. Okay, that's the much we can take in the leadership newspaper. Mr. Victor, what do you have to say? Which of the headlines interest you in leadership?
Okay, I think I would love to talk about the Kenyan election.
Okay.
It's quite strategic for Africa. Kenya is by the East Africa, and it's more like the biggest economy from the East Africa. So a whole lot of news comes when it's election time in Kenya. First of all, would I say congratulations to Ruto? Yeah. Let's keep it that simple. Congratulations to Ruto, because why am I dragging my mouth with respect to congratulating him? Because the election, as usual with Kenya election, it came with its own issues. Okay. This time around, there was no much of blood shelling and killings right now, because if we can take our minds back in 2007, over 1,000 persons were killed because of the aftermath of the results. And after the result has been announced. I mean, over 1,000 persons. Okay? And in 2017, over 100 persons, it went down. Over 100 persons were killed. Then shortly, this result.
So it's been a regular thing for the occurrence of bloodshed in
sure,
Kenyan election.
Sure. So when we start saying that Nigeria is a worst case scenario, no, Nigeria is even improving in many aspects of electionary processes. Okay, in Kenya, could you imagine? They have 7 commissioners as an electoral commissioners. Out of the 7, I mean, in the current election that just finished. Out of the 7, 2 were brutally injured.
Wow.
Commissioners from their electoral body, 2 were wounded. And currently, as we are speaking, they are in the hospital. The same election, it took them 1 week to count results.
Wow.
So, just imagine in Nigeria, 1 week of waiting to count results. My brother, there will be great anarchy in the country. There will be so much tension in the country. So in their case, that's why I'm finding it hard to congratulate Ruto. But I mentioned the good parts? What can I pull out? Yes, the good part right now is that their turnout, their voters turnout is over 60%, about 65% of people that were registered. 65% came out to vote, which is a huge number when comparing with Nigeria. In Nigeria, if we get up to 50%, we shout hallelujah. Okay, but the bad part of it is that during the last election for Kenya, 75% showed up. This time around, 65%. But when you compare those numbers with Nigeria, you find out that they are doing a whole lot better. Now, let's go down to further details. The winner, Ruto, was a former deputy to the president. The president that just finished his term, Uhuru Kenyatta. He's done with his 2 term. So, if you can remember this name, Odiga, he's been looking for, he's been out there trying to get it to the seats. 2017 was so bloody because he has been in the opposition. He has been in the opposition since 2000.
For a long time now.
Yes, since 2007. Okay, and this is his 5th time of contesting. That brings us back to Nigeria, where we have somebody like Atiku Abubakar. Okay, so it is not just only happening in Nigeria; it's happening in Kenya. But the bad part of Kenya is that theirs comes with so much violence. To the glory of God, I need to use God here. The Atiku case doesn't really bring about destructions and killings. Okay, so in a nutshell, congratulations to them, and I hope this new leader is coming with new ideas. Our president, Muhammad Buhari, through his media advisor, Femi Adesina, has come out to congratulate them and also tell them that they are ready, as in the Nigerian government is ready to work in hand with the new leadership in Kenya.
Okay, that's it. A big congratulations to Ruto. As we move straight now to the Daily Sun, amongst the headline in Daily Sun here, we have Ayu calls Wike's bluff. Ayu calls Wike's bluff. Okay, we already heard that in the previous paper. And next, we have on page 25, this one, Naseni trains 3,700 youths on modern farming. Okay, we've already seen that before. And on page 6, we have insecurity. Coalition summons northern governors. Insecurity. Coalition summons northern governors. Demands explanation on inability of security agencies to tackle worsening security challenges. Vows not to vote along religious line. Okay, that's on page 6. And on page 4, we have Anambra establishes family court to tackle domestic violence. Anambra establishes family court to tackle domestic violence. That's on page 4. And on page 3, we have Ohaneze applauds Obiazo at 80, hails him as man of uncommon intellect. Ohaneze applauds Obiazo at 80, hails him as a man of uncommon intellect on page 3. And that's on page 3. On page 27, we have Oshun holds local government poll October 15th. Oshun holds LG poll October 15th, I beg your pardon. And on page 3, we have INEC begins display of voters register in Oyo, Lagos. INEC begins this display of voters register in Oyo, Lagos. That's on page 3 as well. And on page 27, we have NCDC confirms additional 13 new cases of Lassa fever. NCDC confirms additional 13 new cases of Lassa fever. That's on page 27. There's a very sad one. And lastly, on page 26, we have federal government disrespecting UN by keeping Kanu in detention. That's according to Igbo youths. FG disrespecting UN by keeping Kanu in detention. That's Igbo youth saying on page 26. You want more details? Get a copy of Daily Sun for yourself. Mr. Victor, before we move to our next paper, what do you have to say concerning the headlines?
Okay, Ayu. Let's go to Wike versus Ayu. Okay, so many dramatic things happened within the PDP folks yesterday. If you can recall, the presidential candidate for the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Okay, I'm always calling him Alhaji, but please, he should bear with me. He doesn't want us to call him Alhaji. Okay, Atiku Abubakar was in Adamawa State for the first time since the presidential primaries of the PDP. So there was mammoth crowd, and they were able to show forth a ceremony where they had former APC members defecting to the PDP. Okay, and they mentioned that 160,000 APC members moved to the PDP in Adamawa State. But my brother, I'm here to shock some of our viewers. These politicians, they lie so much about numbers. Do you know what it means? 160,000 persons coming together in an event that is not a stadium. Are you
Okay.
getting that?
So
To say
you,
that 160,000 APC members came forth to defect to the PDP. You
okay.
know what it means to handle 160 persons?
So are you doubting the
I'm
authenticity of that
strongly
particular?
doubting. I'm strongly doubting that those numbers, and I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. This happens in Nigeria, and in many cases, not just the PDP, the APC, and name it. Different parties come up with lies in numbers, and I'm coming out like I told you. I'm coming out from the basics. That see, why do we keep lying with numbers? It is not
It's not
nice.
necessary.
It is not necessary too. Okay, well, that aside, yes, they had a big. If it's about crowd, yes, a whole lot of them came forth. Okay, and the governor, sorry, the presidential aspirant Atiku Abubakar handed over those persons, the defectors, to the governor. More like it was a ceremony. Handed them to the governor. That's Governor Fintry to say, okay, these are the new folks. Please take care of these people while we put up strategies and work and make sure that we win the presidency come 2023. So they at the back burner, we also had Ayu, the Iyocha Ayu, the current chairman of the PDP, the national chairman, coming out to debunk what some persons are saying with the respect that he had already resigned. Okay, there was so many reports coming out that he has resigned and he dropped the resignation letter. He has resigned before now. He dropped his resignation letter with Senator Mark. Okay, that he has dropped it with him, and he came out to say, see, I have not resigned. I have 4 years to serve my party as the national chairman. I need to serve my 4 years. Okay, so that also will I say cause more friction with the weekends camp, because okay, the weekends camp are now filming that Ayu has lied to the people. Okay, that he has breached his part of the agreement. Okay, but something interesting from the media advisor of the national chairman, Yocha Ayu. This man is saying that, see, if he should resign, that he's not supposed to have dropped his registration letter with Mark. I mean, Senator David Mark of Benue State, that he's supposed to drop it with the national chairman, not of the party. You know, they have the North and the South chairman before you have the overall chairman. That he's supposed to, that the commission, not the commission, rather, the constitution of the PDP states that you drop your registration, the national chairman should drop his registration letter to the North chairman if he's from the North, then to the South if you are from the South. Okay, so, well, in another news, just same yesterday, a whole lot of things happened in the PDP yesterday. Just same yesterday, Wike, the governor of Rivers State, was celebrating the 74th birthday of the former governor of Rivers State, Dr. Um, uh, um, what's his name? Come on, help me. Dr. Peter Odili, the first governor in this new in this new democratic dispensation. So he was celebrating they were celebrating the birthday, and during his speech, he came out to say that, see, whatever is happening in the Rivers PDP should be blamed to the Rivers PDP, the elders of the PDP, because what are we not saying? During the gubernatorial primaries in the state, you know, there was some frictions whereby the elders that also participated in the election got mad, or they got angry that the governor did not allow free and fair election to happen. That is their own will I say position, that he did not allow free and fair to happen, free and fair election to happen. So that's why his preferred candidate, that's Governor Wike's preferred candidate, Simi Fubara, was selected or was elected. Okay. So, but Wike now, during the meeting, made it clear that there was an agreement during his own birthday, as in the last birthday of the governor, that there was an agreement that the he made an announcement that, okay, if you are here, we have the top PDP guys here in this party. Please identify, raise up your hand if you want to become the governor of Rivers State come 2023.
Okay.
And many persons raised up their hand. Out of the lot that raised up their hand, one person did not raise up their hand. Out of the lot there, one person did not raise up his hand. The person in the name of Senator Barry Mpigi. Senator Barry Mpigi, he now asked Senator Barry Mpigi, why did you not raise your hand up? Because you are part of this, the big structure in Rivers State. Senator Barry told him, see, Oga, the one that I have is enough for me. Be the senator of my senatorial district. Okay. So, but other persons,
so that's contentment on
yes, that he's okay. He's okay with his position, that he does not want more than what he has. Okay. So, but the rest, including Abiye Sekibo, now did an agreement. Okay, they signed on an undertaking that was seconded by his lord what's his name, Justice Opara, that also signed on their document to say that, see, if anything happens after the PDP Guba primaries, nobody should cry foul. And they all accepted. But Mike is now saying that what is happening now is that these same elders, have to go to Abuja to plan against him. But that they should know what? That it shall not work. You know his way now. So that's to tell you that the fight is not yet over. As it stands, some elders, mind you, some elders were removed from their position by Wike when he got some information that they are working for the PDP nationwide, because Wike now has a small faction against the bigger party. But going forward, we shall know what will happen with the developing news.
Okay, thank you so much, Savita, for your thoughts on that particular headline. And just before we continue, we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll continue from where we stopped. You stay tuned.
Hey there, are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back from that short break, and taking a look now at the Nation newspaper. We have amongst the headlines here. This one says, "Are you to Wike and others? I have no plan to quit PDP chair now." Are you saying to Wike and others, "I have no plan to quit PDP chair now. I was elected for 4 years. Absence of Atiku's men stalls peace parley." Okay. And the next one, we have federal government not sincere about ending strike, says ASU. Federal government not sincere about ending strike, says ASU. Union meets education minister and others today. Okay, that's for that. And another one says 19.64% inflation rate, highest ever in 17 years, says NBS. Rate jumps by 1.82% in 1 month. World Bank ex-LCCI chief worried. All right. And next we have NCDC confirms 15 monkeypox cases. That's on page 2. NCDC confirms 15 monkeypox cases. And on page 7, we have electricity workers set to battle TCN. Electricity workers set to battle TCN. That's on page 7. And on page 27, we have Osun, OSIEC chairman alleges threat to life. And lastly, on page 5, we have commercial activities pick up in Southeast. Commercial activities pick up in Southeast. Okay, that's the much we can take in the nation. Mr. Victor, which of the headlines really interests you?
Okay, let's talk about the inflation. Okay, the inflation rate. Okay. And like you read,
19.64%.
Yeah, 19.64%. It added 1.4%, 1.46% from the past month.
Wow.
Okay, we're talking about June to July, please. Okay, yeah. From June to July, it added 1.4 and it has raised it to 19.64. Now, mind you, what are the consequences? Let me just save us with the numbers. Oh, come on. Let me just save us with the numbers now. Let's tell our viewers the effect of all these. Do you know, just yesterday I noticed that a fast food, I don't want to call the name, the fast food has crumbled. Reason, because they keep raising the price of their meals. And when this price keep going up, people will not go to their shops. Can you remember that? Oh, you know me now. Let me use myself for
it's
for
a
example.
sad experience, Mr. Victor. It's everywhere right now.
Serial. Our viewers, so you will notice that I'm a fan of Chicken Republic. You know now. But when was the last time I bought Chicken Republic? Because the meals have gone high.
Wow.
So it goes down to the smallest shop in your neighborhood because things are going high. These persons cannot sustain. They go to market with 10,000. Market, they go with 10,000 to buy plenty things. They go back with 10,000. They buy just a few things and their shops are empty.
Just recently, bread sellers are actually complaining about the fact that a lot of them are actually going to go out of business very soon because people are no longer buying the bread. Yes. They're no longer buying bread. You see, the one of initially that was sold for 100 naira is now 200. The one initially sold for 200 is now 400. It keeps adding and people no longer buying, and it's becoming very, very tiring.
Now, it is not. Let me also tell you now. Most families are not now talking about taste. Taste is gone.
It's
Please,
now.
let's just put something.
Quality. It's now a quantity.
Quantity. The bread that was being sold. Remember, I don't want to call names, but there's this particular bread was sold for 700, from 700, 800, 800 to 1,000. My brother, if I see you buy that bread, I'll call you a ritualist. So what do people do now? They go and buy, in quotes, those chaffs now. The ones we call chaffs. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow.
Okay? Those chaffs, they've also removed every nutrients and important things from it. It has now lost weight.
That's the level
and they've shrunk it. They've brought it closer. Okay? The volume has shrunk that they had to retain their prices or just increase a bit of 50 naira. So you now have the bread of 1,000 and the bread of 500 naira. My brother, you also notice that from the quantity, you are getting half the quantity and you are getting less than half the taste. So what does that mean? It means that many businesses like the A-level luxurious restaurants that we were, in quotes, going to, that you buy a plate of rice for 1.5 then, and you be like, man, right, I spent so much money. But now, go back to those restaurants, you can't even eat rice for 3,000 naira. And what has that cost? It has cost lower turnout. You go to those restaurants, nobody is there. Their ACs are blowing, they are wasting their diesel. Before you know it, you hear that they've also closed like this other restaurant that have closed.
So, Mr. Victor, what's the way forward, given this situation right now?
It goes down to, that's to tell you that we did not plan with respect to agriculture. And I'm really against the Ministry of Agriculture. That the minister will be the most serving minister in this Buhari dispensation, Buhari administration, because he, as from the look of things, he's going to serve full 8 years. 8 years of what? Bad results. Wow. And he's going to stay there. And see, had it been that our food, we are doing well in the food industry, in our agriculture,
we'll have had to fall back on right now.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Probably all this inflation wouldn't have hit us so hard.
Of course. And we are complaining about Russia and Ukraine. When what Russia is growing, wheat, we have wheat, we have maize.
We have a lot of things in this country,
yes.
Mr. Victor. It's
just the oil and gas that we are complaining that Russia, because of their oil and gas, we have gas in huge quantity. We have the oil in huge quantity. We could not even get to IMF the output they asked us to, the 1.8 million barrels per day. We are just doing merely 1 million. So it's down to leadership. Man, Keep it that.
Mr. Victor, thank you so
Keep
much
it
for
there.
sharing your thoughts with us on the
Thank
show
you,
today.
sir.
We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we also appreciate you who has been watching us up to this time. We say thank you because without you, we would not be here. Unfortunately, this is where we have to draw the curtain on the program for today. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and thanks for watching the newspaper review for today, the 16th day of August, 2022. Please don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. On YouTube, we are TAP TV. On Instagram, we are TAP TV _NG. On Facebook, we are TAP TV. And on Twitter, we are TAP TV. Until we come your way again next time, do have a blessed and wonderful day. Do have a nice time. Bye.